I've been an avid fan of Pokemon ever since I was a kid. Since it was popular, I had a vague knowledge of it back when I didn't know how to read. But it all changed after my brother got a Game Boy Advance, from what I assume is a black market. Yeah, our country didn't have much game stores or legible distributors, so most of the games we have are either pirated or came from China. I didn't have that in mind as a kid, so I just kept playing what there was when I had the chance. And the first one that I played was Pokemon Ruby. I may not understand a single thing the characters are saying or comprehend how to use moves, but all I know is that I enjoyed my time with it. Well, until I broke it and made it impossible to save progress. Sorry bro. But it all changed when my brother bought a DSi. You probably already guessed how this one turned out. Well actually, I had such a fun time playing Pokemon Pearl in his console that I finally used my own money to get a DSi. Which I had to sell a PSP in order to get enough money, but that doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is that Pokemon has been a part of my childhood, and with that, I noticed that there were some things that I kept coming back to. First of all, there are a lot of Pokemon. Even back then, I always wondered how much there actually were. Clearly counting wasn't my thing, so I didn't know how much there was exactly. But either way, they are plentiful and unique. And that unique quality kept my gears turning. Now, I want to address this because of the video's title. I've loved mythology ever since I knew what it means, which I don't, so I guess that doesn't say much.
A collection of myths, especially one belonging to a particular religious or cultural tradition.
Oh, alright, that makes sense. I've loved mythology ever since 3 seconds ago. And I learned that most Pokemon has some sort of origin to their design. And with that, I want to explain every single Pokemon's mythological roots, starting from Generation 1 and onwards. Now I know this will take a while, and I will probably talk about each and every one quite a lot. I'll still try to keep things short and not bore everyone with needless explanation that has already been said by many other YouTubers. Either way, this is every single Pokemon with mythological origins, part 1. I'll be going by Pokédex number to keep things organized, and I will only address Pokemon with mythological roots. So if you mention something about me forgetting something, it's either me being an idiot, or that Pokemon doesn't have any mythological origin. Also because there are a lot of Pokemon, and their origins are pretty deep sometimes, I'm going to have to split this to many parts, because I want to go in depth into their lore. Starting off is your lovable, favorite, overrated, and pops out in every single type of media, Charizard. You can probably already guess what it is based off of. The European dragon is a very popular mythological creature, spanning all types of media. There's no need for any introduction, so I'll keep this brief. Charizard mostly resembles fire dragons, and has the ability to manipulate fire. Shocking, I know. The dex entries show how devastating its fire can be, even able to crush boulders with just its flames. And dragon folklore would constantly bring up how its fire brought the end of the world, or mostly just villages and towns. While he's not a dragon type, he's clearly based off of it, so it makes it into a totally objective and fact-filled list. Next up is a tricky one. While it's not technically mythology, Butterfree has an interesting connection to a Japanese trope. While Butterfree technically is just a butterfly, Gigantamax Butterfree vaguely resembles Mothra, a giant kaiju moth monster. Look, I know it's not mythological, and I know the connection is a stretch other than it's big, but I think it's interesting enough that it's worth the mention. Japan has a huge cultural appreciation with kaiju monsters like Godzilla. Butterfree's wings would glow when it's Gigantamax, giving it a connection to Mothra, who is known to have radiant waves of light coming out of its wings. I find it interesting, so it makes the cut. On to Clefairy, who is based off of fairies and fae creatures of European mythology. It doesn't resemble a specific one, because no fairy has a specific shape. But Clefairy does seem to have a connection with the moon, quite a bit like modern fairy tales. Fae creatures would usually roam around the woods under the light of the moon, as the moon is seen as a connection between the real world and the fantasy realm. It's said that magic is strongest when it is the night of the full moon, which ties in on how Clefairy evolves by using a moonstone. There are a lot of stories about fairies from many different cultures, but as it stands, that's what I can conclude. Here comes one of my favorites, Vulpix and Ninetales. They are based off of the Japanese Kitsune. I've already addressed on the Kitsune in the previous video, but in short, Kitsune are foxes that have aged quite a bit, that they start to gain intelligence and magical powers. Their power ranges from shapeshifting to raising the dead, but their signature ability is to summon flames, known as Kitsunebi. Their color varies from all sorts of spectrum, but mostly it's blue. The mythology of the Kitsune is widespread all across Japan, as they are both interesting and quite attractive if I say so myself. But anyways, Vulpix and Ninetales have something else about them that you might have noticed. Their tails are abundant and split apart into multiple parts. Vulpix having 6 tails, and Ninetales having 9 tails. The story behind their split tails are generally a key part in Kitsune folklore. It signifies their age and wisdom. Usually, the story goes that when a fox reaches 1,000 years old, they grow their 9th tail and becoming a Tenko, the most powerful form of a Kitsune, and ascend to heaven. There's a lot of different ways to characterize a Kitsune, and I wanna go really in depth with Ninetales and Vulpix themselves. But as of now, I think that's enough. Moving forward, we have Oddish, the weed Pokemon. With little legs, stubby body, and exposed leaves, it's likely that Oddish is based off the mandrake. The mandrake is a real-life plant and are prevalent in Europe and the Middle East. While they look normal, most people know that their root has a human-like appearance. And that's what every single European scholar thought when they see it, as they felt they were magical and has ties to witchcraft. The mandrake is known to cause hallucinogenic properties with its poison, same like Oddish's typing. The mandrake is a key component in potions during the Middle Ages. And while I don't think brewing an Oddish is a common thing, their wide range of status effect moves shows that they are more than capable of doing magical things. On to Meowth. They are not based off of a creature specifically, but they are derived from something you probably see everywhere in stores and houses. The Maneki Neko or beckoning cat is a common figurine found all throughout Japan. They usually take form of piggy banks, clocks, or just plain statues. They would usually hold a coin and have a paw up. They come in different colors with different functions. Meowth in particular is a mix of white and gold. White is for good luck and fortune, while yellow or gold is hoping for wealth and financial success. Meowth also has a signature move called Payday that throws a coin, giving the player more money when the battle ends, much like how the Maneki Neko signifies wealth. How the Maneki Neko is born varies, but it was introduced late in the Edo period as a good luck charm for store owners. The most common one is the legend of Gotoku Temple. Lord Nakatoa was resting at a small temple in a rainy storm. A cat named Tama lives there, and raised a paw to beckon the Lord to come. He approached the cat as a lightning struck down a tree that fell to the place he was just in. When the cat eventually dies, Lord Nakatoa built a statue to commemorate the one who saved his life. Another legend goes that a tavern owner took a small stray cat in. They fed and took care of them well. The cat in return sat in front of the store beckoning people to come, thus giving the cat its name. Can't believe the cat that signifies good luck is tied with Team Rocket. That is horrible luck in general. Next on the list is Arcanine. It is a fearsome and powerful Pokemon, which in turn would make it have a fearsome origin as well, which seems to be the case. Arcanine is based off of the Koma Inu of Eastern mythology. They are described as lion dogs that guard the entrance of temples and shrines. Usually they come in pairs, one with its mouth open, second with its mouth closed. These stone statues can be seen all throughout China and Japan in front of temples, usually by the stairs. It is said that they prevent those with a wicked heart from entering the holy places they are guarding. While Arcanine's fire typing is not a known characteristic for Komainu, they do mention on how loyal and devoted Arcanine is, which ties well with the myth. Also, I recently noticed that there was a leak for Gen 4. It had beta sprites of Arcanine's male and female counterparts. I can probably tie it to the fact that Komainu always comes in a pair of male and female, but that's a bit of a stretch. Wait, there's more? I've only done 7, I'm not even done with Gen 1. Yeah. Alright, I think that's all I can muster for the first episode. I'll pump these out more frequently, but since there's a lot of Pokemon with mythological backstories, and I need time to breed, I'll be dividing it. Sorry about that. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'm juggling between YouTube and writing Tower of Wishes, so there's quite a lot of things I gotta do. Progress is going, just please be patient. Anyways, I will see you all later.